Since the dawn of aerial combat, military aircraft have played a crucial role in shaping the course of modern warfare. Among the most iconic and feared warplanes is the MiG, a Soviet-designed fighter jet that has been a cornerstone of air power for over 7 decades. From its humble beginnings as a Cold War-era interceptor to its current status as a highly advanced multi-role fighter, the MiG has undergone significant transformations, driven by advances in technology and the ever-changing nature of modern conflict. And in today's video, we'll go back in time to trace its history and development. The birth of the MiG-1. The MiG-1 was designed to meet the Soviet Union's need for a high-altitude, high-speed interceptor. In 1939, two engineers, Artem Mikoyan and Mikhail Gorovich, were tasked with creating a fighter plane that could match or surpass the performance of aircraft from countries like Germany and Britain. The Soviet Air Force needed a plane that could climb quickly, fly at high altitudes, and engage enemy bombers or fighters before they could reach their targets. The MiG-1 was the first aircraft produced by Mikoyan and Gorovich. It was powered by the new AM-35A engine, which was capable of producing significant power for high-altitude performance. The design team focused on speed and altitude, giving the MiG-1 a sleek, streamlined shape to reduce air resistance. The plane's wings were thin and optimized for fast, high-altitude flight. Despite its advanced design for the time, the MiG-1 had several problems. It was difficult to control, especially during takeoff and landing. The cockpit was cramped, offering limited visibility, which made it hard for pilots to spot enemy planes during combat. The aircraft's armament was also relatively weak, with only 3 machine guns, which was insufficient for intense dogfights. Additionally, the MiG-1's engine often overheated, reducing its reliability in combat situations. Recognizing the flaws in the MiG-1, Mikoyan and Gorovich quickly set to work on an improved version. The result was the MiG-3, which first flew in 1940. The MiG-3 retained the same basic design as the MiG-1, but included several upgrades to address its predecessor's shortcomings. One of the most significant changes was an improvement in the aircraft's stability. The MiG-3 featured modifications to its wings and tail section, which made it easier to handle. The engine was also upgraded, with changes to its cooling system to prevent overheating during long flights. In terms of armament, some MiG-3 models were equipped with additional machine guns or cannons, making them more effective in combat. The MiG-3 excelled at high altitudes, where its speed and maneuverability were most effective. It could reach altitudes of up to 12,000 meters, nearly 40,000 feet, making it one of the few Soviet planes capable of intercepting high-flying enemy bombers. Its maximum speed of around 640 kilometers per hour, 398 miles per hour, was impressive for its time, allowing it to keep up with or even outrun some enemy aircraft. However, the MiG-3 still had limitations. While it performed well at high altitudes, it was less effective at lower altitudes, where most World War II dogfights took place. Its controls remained challenging to use, and the cockpit visibility issue persisted. Additionally, the Soviet Union's Air Force faced a shortage of experienced pilots, and many struggled to adapt to the MiG-3's demanding flight characteristics. When Germany invaded the Soviet Union in 1941, the MiG-3 was among the primary fighter planes used by the Soviet Air Force. It played a critical role in defending Soviet cities and industrial areas from German bombers. Despite its challenges, the MiG-3's high-altitude capabilities proved valuable in specific missions, particularly in intercepting long-range bombing raids. However, as the war progressed, the MiG-3's weaknesses became more apparent. It couldn't match the versatility and firepower of German fighters like the Messerschmitt Bf 109. Many MiG-3s were lost in combat, and production was eventually halted in 1942. As newer, more capable fighters like the Yak-1 and Lag-3 entered service. In 1946, the Soviet Union introduced its first jet-powered fighter, the MiG-9. This aircraft marked a significant step forward for the Soviet Air Force. Before this, Soviet planes were powered by propellers, which were slower and less effective in the rapidly evolving field of aviation. The MiG-9 was created to bridge the gap between traditional propeller aircraft and the advanced jets being developed in other countries, like the United States and Britain. The MiG-9 was powered by 2 RD-20 jet engines, which were based on German technology captured during World War II. This use of German engineering helped the Soviets quickly develop their jet program. The MiG-9 could reach speeds of about 910 kilometers per hour, which is roughly 565 miles per hour, making it much faster than propeller-driven planes. It also had a sleek, aerodynamic design that reduced drag and improved performance. Despite its advanced speed and design, the MiG-9 had many issues. One major problem was its engines, which were unreliable and prone to stalling at high speeds. Another challenge was the aircraft's weapons. The MiG-9 was equipped with two 23mm cannons and one 37mm cannon, but the placement of these weapons often caused dangerous vibrations during firing. These issues limited the MiG-9's effectiveness, and it was quickly replaced by more advanced designs. While the MiG-9 was an important stepping stone, it was the MiG-15 that truly transformed Soviet aviation. Introduced in 1948, the MiG-15 was one of the first fighter jets with a swept-wing design. This feature, inspired by captured German research, allowed the aircraft to fly faster and handle better at high speeds. The MiG-15 could reach speeds of up to 1,075 kilometers per hour, which is 668 miles per hour, and climb to altitudes of 15,000 meters or 49,000 feet. These capabilities made it one of the fastest and most powerful fighters of its time. One of the most important advancements in the MiG-15 was its engine. The aircraft used the Klymov VK-1 turbojet, which was based on the British Rolls-Royce Nene engine. Interestingly, the Soviet Union had legally acquired the design from Britain, but they reverse-engineered it and made their own improvements. This engine gave the MiG-15 the power it needed to dominate the skies. The MiG-15's weapons were another key to its success. It was equipped with a 37mm cannon and two 23mm cannons, which were highly effective against enemy bombers. These heavy-caliber weapons gave the MiG-15 a significant advantage in air combat, especially when engaging slower, larger aircraft. The MiG-15 made its combat debut during the Korean War from 1950 to 1953, where it quickly earned a fearsome reputation. At the time, the United States and its allies were using aircraft like the F-80 Shooting Star and the F-86 Sabre. The MiG-15 outperformed early jet fighters like the F-80 in speed, altitude, and armament. Its swept-wing design gave it superior maneuverability, allowing it to excel in dogfights. The most famous battles involving the MiG-15 occurred in an area of Korea called MiG Alley. This was a region near the Chinese border where Soviet and Chinese pilots flew MiG-15s against American aircraft. The MiG-15 was particularly effective at intercepting and destroying American B-29 bombers, which were vulnerable to its powerful cannons. However, the MiG-15 was not without weaknesses. While it was fast and powerful, it lacked advanced radar and communication systems, which gave American pilots an edge in situational awareness. Additionally, the arrival of the F-86 Sabre, a more agile and better-equipped fighter, posed a significant challenge to the MiG-15. The MiG-17 was developed as an improvement to the earlier MiG-15, which had gained fame during the Korean War. Introduced in 1952, the MiG-17 kept the basic design of its predecessor, but added some significant upgrades. Its most notable improvement was its swept-back wings, which helped it fly faster and perform better in dogfights. The MiG-17 could reach speeds of 1,145 kilometers per hour, or 711 miles per hour, just below the speed of sound. One of the standout features of the MiG-17 was its maneuverability. This fighter could make sharp turns and quick climbs, which made it a dangerous opponent in close combat. It was equipped with powerful cannons, and sometimes rockets, making it effective against enemy aircraft and ground targets. The MiG-17 proved its worth in several conflicts, most notably the Vietnam War. While the United States had advanced jets like the F-4 Phantom, the MiG-17's agility gave it an edge in close-range dogfights. Skilled pilots could use the MiG-17's quick turns and climbs to outmaneuver faster but less agile American planes. Even though the MiG-17 was not supersonic, it bridged the gap between earlier jet fighters and the faster, more advanced planes that would come later. Its simplicity, reliability, and effectiveness kept it in service for many years, even as newer models replaced it. Many countries, especially in Africa and Asia, continued using the MiG-17 for decades after its introduction. As aviation technology advanced, the need for faster jets became clear. The MiG-19, introduced in 1955, was the Soviet Union's response. It was the first Soviet fighter capable of flying at supersonic speeds in level flight, reaching up to 1,452 kilometers per hour, or 902 miles per hour. This was a significant milestone, as it allowed Soviet pilots to match or exceed the speed of Western jets like the F-100 Super Sabre. The MiG-19 had a sleek design with twin engines and thin, swept-back wings. These features helped it achieve high speeds while maintaining stability. The jet also included advanced systems for the time, such as air brakes for better control during high-speed maneuvers. The MiG-19 was designed for interception and air superiority. Its primary mission was to engage and destroy enemy aircraft, especially bombers. To do this, it was armed with 3 powerful 23mm or 30mm cannons, and sometimes equipped with air-to-air missiles. The MiG-19 also had the ability to carry bombs and rockets, making it a versatile fighter. In combat, the MiG-19's speed and firepower made it a formidable opponent. It could climb quickly to intercept high-altitude bombers and engage enemy fighters in dogfights. However, its performance in prolonged battles was limited by its short range and high fuel consumption. Like the MiG-17, the MiG-19 saw action in several conflicts around the world. It was used by many countries in Asia, the Middle East, and Africa. In the Vietnam War, the MiG-19, known as the Shenyang J-6 in its Chinese-built version, was used effectively against American aircraft. Its high speed and powerful weapons made it a challenging adversary. The MiG-17 and MiG-19 marked important steps in the evolution of Soviet military aviation. They demonstrated the Soviet Union's ability to produce high-quality jet fighters that could compete with Western designs. These planes also highlighted the importance of speed, maneuverability, and firepower in modern air combat. The success of the MiG-17 and MiG-19 paved the way for even more advanced jets like the MiG-21. The MiG-21 is one of the most famous and widely used fighter jets in history. Designed by the Soviet Union during the Cold War, it became a symbol of military power for many countries. Introduced in 1959, the MiG-21 was a groundbreaking aircraft that combined speed, agility, and simplicity, making it a favorite among pilots and governments. Its success on the battlefield and its widespread use earned it the nickname the People's Fighter. The MiG-21 was a single-engine jet with a sleek, streamlined design. It had a unique delta-wing shape, which means its wings formed a triangle. This design gave the aircraft high speed and excellent maneuverability. Unlike earlier Soviet jets, such as the MiG-15 and the MiG-17, the MiG-21 could reach supersonic speeds of over Mach 2, or twice the speed of sound. This made it one of the fastest jets of its time. Another key feature of the MiG-21 was its simplicity. While some Western fighters, like the American F-4 Phantom, were loaded with complex electronics, the MiG-21 was designed to be straightforward. This made it easier to build, cheaper to produce, and simpler to maintain. These factors allowed the Soviet Union to produce thousands of MiG-21s, making it the most produced supersonic jet fighter in history. Now, the MiG-21 wasn't just used by the Soviet Union. It was exported to over 60 countries, including India, Egypt, China, and Vietnam. Many countries also built their own versions of the aircraft under license. For example, China produced a modified version called the Chengdu J-7. One reason for its popularity was its cost. The MiG-21 was much cheaper than many Western fighter jets, making it an attractive option for countries with smaller budgets. Despite its low cost, the MiG-21 was highly effective in combat, often rivaling more expensive aircraft in dogfights. The MiG-21 saw extensive combat during the Cold War and beyond. It was especially prominent in conflicts where smaller countries faced off against more advanced opponents. One of the most famous examples of the MiG-21 in action was during the Vietnam War from 1955 to 1975. In this conflict, North Vietnamese pilots used the MiG-21 to fight against American aircraft, including the F-4 Phantom. The MiG-21's speed and agility made it a dangerous opponent. It could quickly climb to high altitudes, engage in dogfights, and then escape before enemy pilots could react. While American jets often relied on sophisticated radar-guided missiles, the MiG-21 excelled in close-range combat. North Vietnamese pilots often used hit-and-run tactics, taking advantage of the MiG-21's strengths. Another key conflict where the MiG-21 played a major role was the Arab-Israeli Wars, particularly the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973. Both Egypt and Syria used the MiG-21 against Israeli forces. While the MiG-21 faced challenges against Israeli pilots flying advanced jets like the Mirage 3, it remained a crucial part of the Arab air forces. The MiG-21 had several strengths that made it a dominant fighter during its time. Its high speed, excellent climb rate and agility allowed it to perform well in aerial combat. Pilots appreciated its simplicity, which made it reliable even in challenging conditions. Additionally, its small size and lightweight design made it hard to detect visually, giving it an advantage in certain scenarios. However, the MiG-21 was not without its flaws. One major limitation was its short range. The aircraft could only carry a limited amount of fuel, which meant it couldn't stay in the air for long periods. This made it less effective for long-distance missions. Additionally, while its simplicity was a strength, it also meant the MiG-21 lacked some of the advanced radar and targeting systems found in Western jets. As a result, its performance in beyond visual range combat was limited. Even though it was first introduced in 1959, the MiG-21 remained in service for decades. Some countries still use upgraded versions of the aircraft today, more than 60 years later. This longevity is a testament to the MiG-21's durability and adaptability. Over time, newer versions were equipped with better engines, weapons, and radar systems, keeping the aircraft relevant even as technology advanced. Before we go on to talk about the other iterations of this massive fighter jet, please like this video and subscribe to learn more about fighter jets like this. The MiG-23, introduced in the early 1970s, was one of the most important aircraft in the Soviet Union's Air Force. Its design was revolutionary, thanks to its variable sweep wing. This means the wings could change their angle depending on the speed and flight conditions. At slower speeds, the wings were swept back for more stability and control. At higher speeds, the wings could extend to give the aircraft better lift and maneuverability. This feature allowed the MiG-23 to perform well in both high-speed intercepts and close-range dogfights. One of the main reasons the MiG-23 was created was to compete with the advanced fighters of the West, like the American F-4 Phantom. The MiG-23's ability to quickly change the angle of its wings gave it the edge in flexibility. It could make sharp turns at slower speeds, but also reach high speeds when necessary, making it harder for enemies to predict its movements. This made the MiG-23 a formidable opponent in air combat. The MiG-23 was equipped with a powerful turbojet engine that allowed it to reach speeds of over Mach 2, which is twice the speed of sound. This made it one of the fastest jets of its time. The aircraft was also armed with a variety of weapons, including air-to-air missiles, bombs, and a powerful cannon. This combination of speed, maneuverability, and firepower made the MiG-23 a versatile and dangerous fighter. However, despite its many strengths, the MiG-23 also had its weaknesses. Its landing gear and overall structure were less robust than those of some Western planes, which made it more prone to damage during rough landings. Additionally, its radar and avionics systems were often considered to be less advanced than those found in Western jets like the F-4 Phantom or the F-15 Eagle. While the MiG-23 was designed to be a multi-role fighter that could handle a variety of combat situations, the MiG-25 was created for one specific purpose: high-speed interception. Introduced in 1970, the MiG-25 was built to fly incredibly fast and at extremely high altitudes. With its sleek design and powerful engines, it could reach speeds of over Mach 3, or 3 times the speed of sound. This made it one of the fastest aircraft in the world at the time. The MiG-25 was designed to intercept high-altitude, high-speed bombers like the American B-70 Valkyrie. It was also capable of shooting down enemy aircraft at long range using powerful radar and missiles. One of the most impressive features of the MiG-25 was its enormous engines, which were specifically designed to give it incredible speed and power. While this made the MiG-25 excellent at intercepting targets, it also meant that the aircraft had a very high fuel consumption, which limited its range. The MiG-25 was heavily armed with long-range missiles and a powerful radar system that allowed it to detect and engage enemy aircraft from a great distance. Its high speed and altitude allowed it to catch up and destroy enemy bombers before they could reach their targets. The MiG-25 was also heavily used for reconnaissance missions, as its high speed and altitude made it difficult for enemy forces to track and intercept. However, the MiG-25 was not designed for dogfights or close-range combats. Its large size and powerful engines made it difficult to maneuver at low speeds, which limited its effectiveness in battles with smaller, more agile fighters. The MiG-25's radar was also designed for long-range interception, which meant that it lacked the precision needed for close-range engagements. While both the MiG-23 and MiG-25 were built for air superiority, they had different strengths and weaknesses. The MiG-23 was a versatile fighter that could perform a variety of roles, from intercepting enemy aircraft to providing ground support. Its ability to change the angle of its wings allowed it to be highly maneuverable at both high and low speeds. On the other hand, the MiG-25 was built for speed and altitude. It was incredibly fast and could fly at high altitudes, which made it perfect for intercepting enemy bombers and high-altitude reconnaissance. The MiG-23 was more suitable for dogfighting and air-to-air combat, thanks to its agility and advanced weapon systems. It could also carry a wider range of weapons, making it more flexible in combat situations. The MiG-25, however, was the ultimate high-speed interceptor, designed to destroy enemy bombers and reconnaissance aircraft from long distances. The MiG-29 was introduced into the Soviet Air Force in the 1980s as a response to Western aircraft like the U.S. F-16 Fighting Falcon. It was designed to be a multi-role fighter, meaning it could handle both air-to-air and air-to-ground combat. The MiG-29's purpose was to provide air superiority and ensure that Soviet fighters could compete with NATO aircraft. One of the most impressive features of the MiG-29 is its ability to carry out various types of missions. It has the flexibility to fight other planes in the sky, air-to-air, destroy ground targets, air-to-ground, and even defend itself against missiles. This multi-role capability has made the MiG-29 a powerful and adaptable fighter for the Russian military, as well as for the air forces of many countries that have purchased it. The MiG-29 is equipped with advanced radar systems that allow it to detect enemy aircraft at long ranges. It can track multiple targets at once, which gives it an advantage in dogfights. The radar, combined with its powerful engines, helps the MiG-29 stay agile and fast, which is essential when engaging in close combat. Another important feature of the MiG-29 is its weapon system. It can carry a wide range of air-to-air missiles, bombs, and rockets. This versatility makes it effective in different combat scenarios, whether it's fighting enemy aircraft or supporting ground troops in battle. The MiG-29's ability to engage in a variety of threats has made it a valuable asset to several countries around the world. Though it's not a stealth aircraft, the MiG-29's design helps reduce its radar signature. Its shape and surface coatings help minimize the chances of detection by enemy radar, though it's not as advanced in stealth technology as later fighters. Nevertheless, the MiG-29 remains one of the most successful and widely used aircraft of its generation, known for its speed, agility, and effectiveness in combat. While the MiG-29 is a versatile multi-role fighter, the MiG-31 is a specialized interceptor jet designed to handle specific threats. The MiG-31 was developed in the 1970s and 1980s to deal with high-speed enemy bombers and missiles, especially from the United States. It was meant to counter bombers like the B-1 Lancer and the B-52 Stratofortress, which could potentially threaten Soviet airspace. One of the most impressive features of the MiG-31 is its incredible speed and range. The MiG-31 is capable of reaching speeds over Mach 2.8, which makes it one of the fastest fighter jets ever built. This speed is important because it allows the MiG-31 to intercept and destroy enemy aircraft before they can reach their target. Its long-range radar system, known as the Zalsan radar, is another key factor in its success. The radar can detect targets at distances of over 120 miles, which is far greater than most other fighter aircraft at the time. The MiG-31 is equipped with a powerful weapon system, including long-range air-to-air missiles. The MiG-31 can launch the R-33 missile, which has a range of over 100 miles and is designed to hit fast-moving targets at long distances. This makes the MiG-31 an excellent choice for intercepting high-speed bombers and missiles, as well as defending against threats to Russian airspace. Unlike the MiG-29, which is a multi-role fighter, the MiG-31 is primarily focused on interception. Its design is built for speed and high-altitude performance, with large, powerful engines that allow it to reach incredible speeds. It also has a high ceiling, meaning it can operate at very high altitudes, which is beneficial when intercepting high-flying bombers or missiles. Although the MiG-31 is not considered a stealth aircraft, it's equipped with technologies that help it avoid detection. Its radar systems are designed to track and engage targets without being easily detected, giving it an edge in intercepting fast-moving threats. However, both the MiG-29 and MiG-31 have undergone several upgrades over the years to improve their performance. In particular, the MiG-29M and the MiG-31BM have received new avionics, more powerful engines, and improved weapon systems. The MiG-29M offers enhanced radar and missile capabilities, while the MiG-31BM has modernized systems that improve its combat effectiveness, including improved radar and better data sharing between aircraft. In the 21st century, the MiG series continues to evolve, with the MiG-35 standing out as a prime example of modern technology and design. The MiG-35 is the latest development in the MiG family, and it marks a significant leap in terms of capabilities compared to its predecessors. Additionally, Russia has been working on several future aviation projects to maintain its edge in military air power. The MiG-35 is an advanced multi-role fighter that was designed to meet the needs of contemporary air combat. It's an evolution of the MiG-29, which has already been a successful fighter for many years. While the MiG-29 was already capable of performing multiple roles, the MiG-35 took those abilities even further, with improvements in nearly every area. One of the key features of the MiG-35 is its advanced radar system. The aircraft is equipped with a Zhuk AE radar, a powerful and highly effective system capable of detecting and tracking multiple targets at long distances. This radar allows the MiG-35 to engage both air-to-air and air-to-ground targets, making it a true multi-role fighter. The MiG-35 also comes with improved avionics, or electronic systems, that enhance its ability to operate in complex environments, such as in high-density airspace or during electronic warfare. Another major improvement in the MiG-35 is its advanced cockpit. The pilot's environment is designed for better control, with more intuitive displays and controls. The aircraft's cockpit is equipped with a glass display system, which gives the pilot more information at a glance. This makes it easier to manage multiple tasks during combat, which is critical when engaging in high-speed, high-stakes missions. In terms of maneuverability, the MiG-35 is designed to be agile and fast. It features thrust vectoring engines, which allow it to make sharp turns and quick maneuvers during dogfights. This agility makes it a formidable opponent against other advanced fighter aircraft. The MiG-35 can operate in both air superiority roles, where it fights to control the skies, and ground attack roles, where it can destroy targets on the ground. This flexibility makes the MiG-35 a highly valuable asset to any air force. The MiG-35 is armed with a wide range of weapons that make it effective in different combat scenarios. It can carry both short-range and long-range missiles, giving it the ability to engage enemy aircraft from a distance, or at close range if necessary. The aircraft is also equipped with a variety of bombs and precision-guided munitions, which it can use to attack ground targets with high accuracy. In addition to its traditional weapons, the MiG-35 can also carry out reconnaissance missions using advanced sensors. This makes it a versatile asset, capable of gathering intelligence while also serving in combat roles. The aircraft's ability to perform multiple functions means that it's not just a fighter jet, but a tool that can support a variety of missions in modern warfare. In conclusion, the MiG-35 is a remarkable example of how the MiG series has adapted to the challenges of modern air combat. With its advanced radar, weaponry, and maneuverability, it's well suited for a variety of missions. However, from what we've seen so far, while the MiG-35 may be the latest in the series, it certainly won't be the last. And with that, we've come to the end of our video. We hope you learned something new. To learn more about recent developments in the world of fighter jets, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you in our next video.